Good morning, and welcome to Morning Musings, where we're listening for a message about from the universe about going for our big dreams. And by going for big dreams, I mean living your authentic life, living the life that you know you were meant to live, doing the things that you know you were meant to do, um, going for those things that really excite you and bring you enjoyment and bring you peace within yourself. Just being able to kick back and say, I have a good life. I have a good, I'm living. I'm actually living. Right? There's so many of us that aren't living. Like we're here, we're alive, but we're not living. You know, we get up, we go to work, we do a thing, we come home, we, you know, eat, maybe go out for something, whatever, I don't know, but and then go to sleep and do the whole thing all over again. And that's it. You know? And there's nothing wrong with that, right? If that's what you want to do. But most of us have this little niggling something. It's like, man, I wish I could do that. Man, that would be fun to do that. But we don't go for it. We don't do it. We don't make the time in our busy schedule to make stuff happen. We come up with excuses. We come up with ideas like, oh, we can't do that. We shouldn't do that. People like me don't do that. They won't allow me, whatever me is, to do that. They won't let people like me, whatever. I'm too young. I'm too old. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm too this. I'm too that. I'm too blah, 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 blah. Not true. Not true. You're not too anything. You're not too much. You're not too little. You're not too old to do what you enjoy doing. So go do it. But that's the idea of the big dream, right? Is going out and fulfilling that. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, someday. Someday I'll do that thing that makes me really, really happy. Someday never comes unless you make it, unless you actually take steps to make it happen. And when you start to take action, things come up. Things come up to say, are you sure? Well, what about this? And, ooh, did you forget this little tiny trauma drama over here? We're going to bring that up. Ah. I call those shift storms. It's the storm that comes in and stirs up all the shift um, that you get to clean up and move forward and be done with that, at least at that layer. Um, so, anyway, that's kind of like the idea behind going for your big dream. And so we're listening for a message about that journey. What do we need to hear today about our journey forward? And we are using Alana Fairchild's Sacred Rebels Oracle card deck as our conduit to the universe, as the way to receive that message. And as I'm shuffling the cards, I'd like to do a little meditation. So, if you will, with me, get comfortable in your chair. Just take a couple of deep breaths, close your eyes. Oh, it's morning. Let's yawn. Let's do this. Yeah. Yawning is good. It's a sign of release. So just take breathing in and out. And I want you just to get in touch with your body. Just notice your body. I want you to notice the areas that feel good. We don't pay attention to those areas very much. And it's time to acknowledge them and thank them, those areas, for all the work they do without complaint. Like, they move you forward. They keep your body moving. All the organs that just do their job. All the muscles that make your body motivate, mobile. Thank you. Thank you for those areas that just work. Thank you for just working. And now I want you to think about those areas that maybe aren't working so well. They might be barking at you a little bit. Like, and realize that these areas, these spaces, that pain you feel, that injury, that stress, that all that, they're protecting you. They're protecting you from re-injuring yourself, from making something a little bit worse, from past struggles, you know, that tension in your body, that spot of tension is probably something that happened a while ago that you're holding on to and protecting yourself from the words that were said, the tone of voice they were said in, the snubs, the all the things, right? All the things that people can do to each other in a negative way. The body holds on to those. And they are protecting you. They are protecting you from further injury. They're saying, hey, pay attention. Be easy around this space. Calm. Watch out. Tread lightly. And what I would like you to do is to remind your body that that's in the past. That incident, those words, that tone of voice from that person, it's in the past. And it's time to release some of those old protections because now they've become something that holds you back. Now they've become a boundary, a wall, a fence that says, don't go any further. There's pain out there. And the thing is, you've grown up. You're more experienced. You have skills. You have some knowledge to apply to situations like that come up again. And it's time to release. It's time to let go of those old protective measures. You can keep them in your back pocket, pull them out when you need to, but they don't need to be on 24/7. And thank you for protecting me so far. Thank you for protecting me this far into my life. And now I would like you to focus in your heart area. And in that space, there may be some boundaries. And I'd like you to go behind those boundaries. And behind all of the boundaries, all of the walls, all of the nooks and crannies that have been put up around your heart to keep it safe, within all of that lies a spark. It's your spark, your divine spark. This is the gift that the universe gave you when you were born, the gift that you get to give to the world, your unique divine spark. And as you pay attention to the spark, it starts to shine brighter. It starts to illuminate the walls, the boundaries, the protections that have been placed around it so that you can see and you can deal with the things that created those walls, and to do so in a compassionate, caring, and loving manner. And that light shines through and it finds the cracks, the openings, the welcomings of healing. And as you go along your journey in life, you have the opportunity to take those rocks out of the wall, to unhook the fences, to open the boxes and clear out that space, to heal, to take those walls down, to move forward. And this divine spark lights the way, and it grows brighter as you pay more attention to it, as you start focusing on it, as you give it the attention it deserves, and you heal the wounds along the way. And ever so gently and ever so caringly, those boundaries start to crumble. And as the healing happens, the strength shows up, that light shines even brighter. And it fills your body with the love, the passion, the interest, the motivation to continue to move forward and not give up. Say, I have a dream and I'm going to pursue it. I have an interest and I'm going to go check it out. I have a desire and I'm going to make it happen. And as this light shines, I want you to imagine the soles of your feet opening up and reaching out to the creative center of the earth, that space of fiery passion, of life giving possibilities, of the destruction of what's no longer needed or wanted, and in its place, new life, new growth. Because there cannot be new growth without clearing out the old. This is a cycle. New growth grows up, does its thing, reaches the end of its lifetime. Destruction comes through, decluttering, clearing out, fire, storms, all that to clear out that old and start new again and again and constantly upgrading the possibilities, constantly upgrading the ways of being. And as you invite this energy into your body, this energy is going to seek out what no longer works. And it's going to say, it's time, as it rises through your feet, through your ankles, up your legs, into your knees, up your thighs, into your hips, and filling your torso. It is seeking out those areas that no longer work, those pain points, and it is bringing healing energy. It is clearing out what isn't working, any inflammation, any bad dead cells that need to be moved. It's clearing it all out. All those things that don't work, those protections that are there, that have been there, that are no longer required. It's going to move those through your body into the waste systems and clear them out. This is what doesn't work, and it needs to go. And it fills your body with all the possibilities that could be. And as it fills the torso, it reaches your heart center and it connects with that divine spark. It brings its encouragement, its foundational support, its cheerleading, its, hey, this is what's possible. Check it out. How can we make this big dream happen? How can we make this divine spark, this gift that you have, a reality in this world? Let's work on it together. And as that energy fills your torso up into your shoulders, down your arms, through your fingertips, up your neck, I want you to imagine opening the top of your head and reaching out and inviting in the energy of the universe. The energy of that big picture, of the vast space, of all the planets, which represent all the opportunities for different ways of being alive. The knowledge of how things are put together. The roadmap to our lives. And invite that energy in. And as that energy flows in through the top of your head, as it flows down behind your eyes, you start to see the journey. The path becomes illuminated with the starshine of the universe. You see where you're supposed to be going. You see the journey ahead, the twists and turns, the obstacles. You see where the tools are, the helping hands, the education that you will get along this path. As that energy moves down in between your ears, you start to hear the messages that support this dream, that support you in your journey. And everything that's negative and tries to take away from, tries to stop you from this journey becomes white noise. You hear the encouragement. You hear that journey calling you, that big dream calling you. And as that universal energy moves down into your throat, it sees the boundaries that have kept your voice small, the walls that have been put up, and it joins in the process of healing. And as that healing occurs, the boundaries around your voice fall away. With that comes clarity, conviction, compassion, and the ability to speak clearly and loudly without fear. And as that energy moves further down into your body, it reconnects with that divine spark, that gift it gave you to give to this world because it knew of your experiences. It knew the skills you were going to gain and said, you are the perfect conduit for this big dream to come into reality. And it melds with that divine spark, this universal energy, melds with the divine spark, and it merges with that earth energy. Because that's who we are as humans. We are spark of the universe and creativeness of the earth melded together into this human form so that we can live our life, not just exist. And as these three energies merge together, the light starts shining even brighter. It shines so bright, it touches every cell in your body. And every cell starts to shine with this divine spark, illuminating the path before you, allowing you to hear with clarity the messages that are just for you, and giving you the motivation and the creative passion and all the possibilities abound for you to take that first step forward. The card for the day is relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Dear sacred rebel, this moment in your life requires great courage. Fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You are asked, or you are being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality. Higher voltage reality requires a more absolute trust and a heart that is surrendered into the greater heart of the universe so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us more quickly, more radically, more beautifully, and more boldly. You are now being invited into this new reality where things happen quickly and according to bold, loving optimism. This is a reality not only of potential, but of manifestation of the great, big, cosmic yes. To access this reality, you have to leap from known waters, and others may think you are crazy for doing so. You have to leave behind the dark, weighty grip of hesitation, procrastination, second guessing, and the belief you have to do everything on your own. You may fear for your life. How will you be safe in the wild electrical pulse of so much aliveness? How will you function without the hazy, sleep inducing paralysis of playing it safe, taking too long, and placing lesser priorities above your sacred act of life, sacred art of life? How will you hold yourself back if you don't hold on to fear? You do not need to worry about such things. Life is wild, but it is also wise. It is a fourth. Whoa. It is a force of startling, raw awakening at times. But it is also the natural process of evolution where all things mature according to a seasonal cycle in right timing. You are a part of, not apart from, that process. The invitation to shift gears and jump on board the express train of life will feel exhilarating and perhaps also challenging. When you are in the hold of the darkness, you will feel pushed to turn away, to imagine it's all too much, and to create excuses about how your desires aren't grounded enough, that you are being too flighty or flaky, or that you are not living in the real world. That is fear talking, not truth. If the sacred rebel is not awakened, we will continue to live in a culture drenched in fear and distrust of nature. Those without awakened hearts don't yet understand what nature knows. She knows timing. She knows life and death. She knows the creative process. She just knows and can be trusted to support us, her own creations, in becoming all that we can become. Does this mean that we become positive and just flow along like a limp leaf detached from the tree and blown about randomly by the breeze? No. Being free of the dark hold empowers us to take up our cause. This means being free to act and affirm the intuitive feelings we have by following up on them. This is painting like someone who has lost their mind, completely free and from, completely free and from the heart. It means writing, even though you have no conscious idea of what you are writing, even as the words are streaming forth upon the page before your rather curious eyes. And it means speaking about your work, never hiding it away. Allow it to breathe the fresh air and be held in the gaze of another. Detach from the darkness and that or from the darkness that would say it's not enough or it must be the best thing ever, whatever that means, in order to be worthy of a place in the world. Instead, just let it be what it is. It might fly, it might endure, and it might not. All of nature, including you and your passions and dreams, will be what is needed, when it is needed, and how it is needed, according to wisdom. We just have to trust in this within ourselves and within nature herself through the flow of life and participate. You are asked to go within and imagine diving deep off the edge of what you have known. There is so much more calling to you now. It's your time. Leap. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. It's kind of what we were talking about in the meditation. Relaxing those protective measures because those situations aren't there anymore. You've got the skills, you've got the tools. You don't need the armor anymore. That's that relaxing that hold of darkness, like that. Oh, but this could happen. No, it's not there anymore. You're in a different situation. You're in a different place in life. You're around different people. Let's do the healing meditation or the healing process. We're still connected through that meditation of the universal energies and the earth energies melding together within our divine spark. And say, I accept the offer of life so that I may truly live. Through unconditional love, I now invite and receive all assistance, intervention, protection, and inspiration so that I may leap into my next cycle of life, held in the loving grace of wisdom. So be it. You may now like to take an actual jump for joy to finish your healing process. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. You have this impetus. You have this desire. You have these interests, and there's nothing wrong with them. They may have been talked down about. You may have been told you don't have the skills, you don't have the ability. Who do you think you are wanting to do that? None of us have ever done that. So be the first. You're not, this was, there's an author, and I can't remember her name. Um, she came out with the book, You Are Worthy. And she says in there, you're not crazy. You're just first. You're not crazy. You're just first. Be the first. Be the first in your family to go to college. Be the first in your family to own your own business. Be the first in your family to travel the world. Be the first in your family to, I don't know, do whatever it is. Create something new. Be an artist. Be a musician. Start a nonprofit. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what your dream is. Go for it. You have that interest. You have that desire. Go learn more about it. Take some classes around what it is that you want. Go do the thing. Go have fun with it. Your enthusiasm is infectious, and you will find the people who really enjoy what you're thinking about doing and band together and do the thing and have all the fun. Living your life. Namaste. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you've been enjoying these morning musings, please hit the like and subscribe button and hit the bell to get notified when I go live next, which I do every morning. And go out there and see if you can't declutter some of the stuff that's been holding you back. Take a step forward towards your big dream, to the things you are interested in. It's that oxygen mask thing. If you put the oxygen mask on yourself first, you can help the people around you. These interests, these desires, these ways of being that are calling you, they're your oxygen mask. The darkness that this card is talking about, relaxing the hold of darkness, are the people grasping you, trying to get to that oxygen mask when there's plenty of oxygen masks around. They're trying to grab for it, but they're grabbing you instead. So put yours on first. Put yours on first, and then you can grab another one and hand it to them so that they can then, okay, now I can breathe. Now I can grab something for somebody else. We don't do this life alone. We need our support systems. Find yours, move forward, and start living your life for you in a compassionate way. With that, keep your eyes on the horizon, your hands on the wheel, and your foot on the gas, baby. Let's do this, and I'll see you tomorrow.